button. Push the goddamn button.
Tragic loss of life all over the fact that children can't handle heartbreak. They don't know how to regulate their emotions. And on top of that, they're doing things that they shouldn't even be doing at their age in the beginning. Let's talk about it, shall we? He didn't accept the fact that she didn't want to be with him anymore. And unfortunately, people had to pay the ultimate price.
Community, I think OPD, everyone, our hearts and prayers go out to the families, the friends, anyone connected with the tragedy last night. It's just such a tragic and cowardly act of violence that happened. It's the kind of thing that really marks a community, and particularly in this holiday season, it's a hurtful, horrible thing.
The teen's former girlfriend was not physically injured, but police emphasize she is not okay, given what has happened to her family. The chief says they're working to confirm the suspect acted alone, tracing the firearm's path and determining whether anyone may have helped him before or after the shooting.
Wow. I think the community, I think OPD, everyone, our hearts and prayers go out to the families, the friends, anyone connected with the tragedy last night. It's just such a tragic and cowardly act of violence.
So what I'm gathering here is that he took his life. He took this woman's life. I'm not really sure. Matter of fact, let me do this. I'm gonna read this caption right here. I think it's important as adults that we get in our head that it's already bad enough that we don't even know how to take rejection, right? But you need to be really concerned about the well-being of these kids. Yeah, I think it's okay for them to be dating and having proms and this, that, and the third, but you're not showing them how to actually control themselves. You're not putting any borders, any guidelines in place so that they don't step over them. You got them having sex, you got them smoking and drinking and doing all this stuff, man. Like parents, adults are just dropping the ball. And it looked like, well, let me read this. A 15-year-old boy is in custody after authorities say 3 members of his ex-girlfriend's family lost their lives in a tragic incident in Odessa on Tuesday evening. Police stressed that the intended target, the boy's 15-year-old girlfriend, survived and was not physically harmed. Investigators say the teen originally planned to confront and harm his ex-girlfriend outside of school. However, he changed course and went to her home instead. The girl was not harmed during the incident. According to police, the suspect entered the residence and caused the loss of life of her mother, 39-year-old Jessica Rodriguez, as well as her 9-year-old brother and 13-year-old sister. All 3 were found deceased inside the apartment. The boy ran from the scene but was quickly apprehended. Authorities have not released his name due to his age. He is being held at the Ector County Youth Center and faces 3 counts of capital murder of multiple persons, a capital felony. Family members expressed heartache in a GoFundMe post, with Roy Martinez writing, "This is something that no one can really prepare themselves for because we don't expect this kind of tragedy to happen to any of us. I am not a person who ever asks for help from anyone, but at this time, I don't have a choice." You know why this story is right here, right? Because whoever raised that little boy, you weren't really paying them no attention. In my honest opinion, you couldn't have been. Because if you really were locked in with his mental state and what he had going on, he wouldn't be dating. He wouldn't be worried about girls. He would still be thinking about them, but you would have such a close relationship that he wouldn't have time to be able to have this type of interaction with a little girl. Police continue investigating how the teen obtained the weapon. They reiterated that the 15-year-old ex-girlfriend, though deeply affected by the loss of her family, was not physically injured. He probably wanted to end her life, but he, in his adolescence, didn't want to take her. He blames the family for why they broke up. That's what I'm gathering from it. They probably told him they ain't want him around her no more. Or maybe he feels like they are the reason for it. Maybe he feels like, whatever the reason is, there's no excuse for this. None. And it's like it's fucked up because you see it all the time. If y'all got kids that's in high school, in middle school, first of all, you gotta watch the teachers, and you gotta watch who they friends with. You gotta watch who they hanging out with after class, who they cutting class with. You really gotta be proactive. The lackadaisical, lazy approach, you just sending them off and letting them, that's over with. That's dead and over. You're gonna have to come with something better than this. My heart goes out to everybody involved. He just threw his life away over a fucking puppy love relationship, not even understanding that you're probably not probably you were going to go through this 1,000 more times. You were. Not anymore. You won't have to worry about this because you're about to spend most likely the rest of your life reflecting on everything that you just did here.
Welcome aboard the flight. This is pilot Pusha talking. We going back to Memphis and coming straight from New Orleans. The estimated time of arrival is about an hour, and I can turn you ghost if you try and play with my power. So when you look up and see the sun flashing, stay in your seat. If the flight attendant say you making trouble, then we got beef. The turbulence might get rocky. You better not spill your food. This is getting plain if you get it messy.